Hey, I just received this package today. It is a package from Amazon, and it is a Thrunite flashlight. I have not handled this flashlight yet, so I'm pretty excited to open it up. So without further ado, let's take out a knife and just open this up real quick. This is a pretty good flashlight as far as reviews go, and people seem to be pretty happy with it. And there are a couple fairly popular lights that it would be in kind of direct comparison or a direct competitor to. So here we have Thrunite. We have, as you can see here, we have the Thrunite TT20 in red. Now this came out a few months ago. Right now it's towards the end of March 2021. And I was kind of waiting to see if they would do a neutral white. I haven't seen that yet, so I don't know if they're going to do that, but I pretty much said I'm done waiting. I'm just going to order it now and see how I like it. And I haven't watched too many videos on it, so this will be a very neutral kind of reaction, first impressions video of my honest feelings about it, just firsthand. So far, so good. The packaging seems pretty secure. It's got cardboard box, it's got nice foam protecting, and the light itself is wrapped in something right here. So let's take this light out. Like I said, this is the red version. This is a 21700 battery light, and yeah, this seems like a very solid construction. So it does have a SST70 LED in there, so a little bit bigger LED than like a PD36R. I believe they use a SST40, and it does put out 2526 lumens, I think they advertise it as. And this is pretty unique. I mean, it's very similar sized to like a PD36R or a Olight Warrior M2R Pro, and it's also USB-C like a PD36R. So I'm very excited to check this out and see how it works. Let's go ahead and open the tail cap out. Nice solid thread. I'm not sure if this has some type of battery blocker in there. No, it does not. Okay, so also this is a customized battery, which you know, you can't just, I guess you can't really just throw a regular 21700 in here. I'm not sure if that's entirely true. Maybe it's true just for using the charging port, but I'm going to mess around with this a little bit and see how it does with other options. It looks like it's got very well oiled threads, and yeah, this red is a nice color. Really nice red color. And I'm assuming it's anodized. I'm not sure if it's anodized or if it's like a coating. We'll see how it holds up though. But yeah, let's just give it a click. And the side indicator, the light is blue. So blue, according to their website, means the battery is charged 21% or higher. So they're shipping these out at least 21%. And there's a couple different lights. This will light up blue for 21% and higher. Red will be from 11 to 20%. And then it will also flash red if it's 10 or under percent. And also if you're charging it weird, if there's something wrong with the charger, it'll be purple. So it's a little bit different, whereas blue could mean anywhere from basically 21% all the way up to 100. That seems like a pretty far range in battery power. The logo here indicates Thrunite uses this logo for their Outsider edition lights. There's a couple different other models, I believe, that you can get. The Outsider is basically, you're going to get kind of a cooler color. It's not much different. But yeah, this is nice. Thrunite TT20 feels very solid. It's pretty unique because this has a infinity setting. When you're changing it from like low, medium, high, it's not going to bounce. It does have a moonlight, so let's check this out. Let's press and hold when it's off. Yep, there it is. There's that moonlight mode. And let's see what happens if we press and hold it. So it just turns off. So you can't bounce up from moonlight. Okay, so you gotta turn it off to access that middle mode, the infinity mode. Press and hold, it should Okay, so I think that flashing means it's all the way at the lowest setting. So press and hold and it should bounce up and just go infinity up higher. All the way through the mid modes. And let's see if we can access turbo with a double click. Like I said, I've not looked at any reviews really of this, maybe one or two here and there from a few months ago, but nothing recently. And this is all kind of my first initial impressions and functions of this light. So let's double click, see if we can go to turbo from that setting. And I'm not sure if that accessed it or not. But yeah, let's turn that off and double click. I think that is reaching turbo. Off and on. So it should be high. Yep, it's going down through that infinity mode. So now that we're at lower, we're not at the top of that middle infinity mode. Let's double click and see if it goes to that turbo. Yeah, so it does access turbo with the side button double click. I wonder if it will bounce back with another double click. Nope, it just shuts it off and goes back to turbo. All right. Well, I do also know, I think this rear button is a direct access to turbo. So it does not have like a memory mode where if you like had it on Moonlight and turned it off, it won't go to Moonlight. It should go to turbo every time, which is good and bad. It's good because you have direct access to turbo every single time you hit that rear button, and that's a good thing. I believe that in a hasty situation that would be very handy. However, in like an EDC situation, that might not be as preferable because you can't like set it for like a low discrete setting and then turn it on to that. You'd have to click the side. Well, let's see. Moonlight, press and hold from off is, I think that's the only way you can access Moonlight, because if you just click this, yeah, it kind of goes to that medium infinity mode. Anyways, this light seems to be pretty solid build. And it looks like there's actually two different locations for the pocket clip. So it comes shipped with it attached here. So if you were to use the main clip part, you know, the head would stick up and it would be tail cap down. Or if you use this reverse part, you know, it would still stick out of your pocket a little bit. However, I guess if you switch this over here, it looks like it might be pretty close as far as flush goes. And you know what, let's just do that right now. We'll see how hard it is to take that out. Now, I have scratched other brand lights just by literally taking off the pocket clip. I believe my Olay M2R Pro Warrior got the first scratch by taking off the pocket clip, and that nitrate coating was scratched. And this one, let's see, seems to be okay. I don't see any scratches from that. And I'm not knocking Olay. You know, it might have been like a weird angle that I popped off that clip when I had my first scratch on that Olay that I was talking about. So I'm not knocking Olay in any way. I'm just telling you my first impressions on this. Let's go ahead and pop this in the back. And also, you know, maybe that clip on the Olay might have been stiffer as well. I'm not sure. So it seems to go in pretty smooth and easily. And yeah, like I said, so if you were to put this in your pocket, it's not flush, but it's pretty darn close. I mean, maybe about 3/4 of an inch. You know, if you're using that main part of the pocket clip, it would stick out just a little bit. So I think I might prefer this way. That kind of reminds me of the M2R Pro Warrior, actually, where it has two different style locations for your pocket clip. But yeah, this is a pretty unique flashlight. I think it almost splits the difference between the Phoenix PD36R and the Olay M2R Pro Warrior, because it's similar to the Olay, where that rear button, well, this one it's only going to access turbo, but on the Olay it would access medium or turbo only, or turbo and strobe only if you do the second option. You know, for the Olay, you can reprogram the tail light. But when it comes to like the Phoenix, that rear button is only used for on and off, and then you cycle through the modes with the side button. So this one is kind of in between, where this will always go to turbo, but then you can use the side by itself, and you could also access a Moonlight mode, very low lumens, similar to the Olay, whereas the Phoenix does not have a very low, like 1 lumen or under for that lowest setting. They have an eco setting, which is around, I don't know, maybe 12 or 15 lumens, somewhere around there. But yeah, this thing is seems like a very solid build. Uses that 21700 battery with the SST70 LED, nice big LED. does throw out 282 yards. Not quite as far as either the Phoenix or the Olight, but it does use a larger LED, it seems, so maybe that's what helps it get more lumens. Running 2,500 lumens or so, maybe a little bit more. And but yeah, the yardage isn't as long, you can't reach as far, but it might be a little bit more of a flood beam, but it still overall looks very similar to both of those. As far as the overall, you got that cutout that's pretty firm cutout out here, and then you have that center hotspot, pretty similar from what I can tell. It's not nighttime yet right now, so I'm gonna make sure this is charged up fully and take it outside once it gets dark and mess around with it. But yeah, very nice light. I like it. Thanks.